The Conjuring 2 is directed by James Wan, who also directed the first highly successful and very good The Conjuring, which the first time I saw it, I didn't like it. Then I watched it again, and I actually really liked that movie. And this one also follows the Warrens, the paranormal investigators, the real-life paranormal investigators. And this is a case in Enfield, England. Yeah, I got that right. Yeah, and is the case of a mother raising her kids in government housing, and they claim that their house is haunted and supernatural things, demons. You get the gist. And I don't usually like horror movies these days because they're usually not that good. I like horror, but horror movies lately just we've gotten crappy movies like The Darkness. Holy gosh, that was terrible. The Boy, which that was bad, and The Forest, which is also just bad. So I mean, that's just this year. Like those are the movies we gotten this year. So you could tell that I wasn't quite sure with this movie because it's a horror sequel. Even though I liked the first one a lot, I was excited for it still, but I wasn't sure. But James Wan was directing it, so that gave me hope because he directed the first two Insidious movies. He directed Saw, first Conjuring. Dead Silence is not very good, but he did okay directing that movie. But I actually really like The Conjuring. It's probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite, James Wan movies, and I think it's better than the first. Surprisingly so. This is a movie not just about demonic possession and horror, but about family and marriage and how having someone who understands you is like perfect in that way. And it was actually the Warrens had a very touching arc in the movie. Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga are very good in this movie, and they work perfectly together. I actually loved that chemistry, and they work. The love story type aspect works. I mean, they're already married, but I truly believe that they know each other. They understand each other. They've been married a long time. I believe that. I bought it. It's kind of a love story in disguise. If you're picking up on me, it's also a very religious movie, which I liked about it, actually. It's written by Christians, so it kind of makes sense that it would be that way, but it actually works. It doesn't feel shoehorned into the movie, because it's about demonic possession, so you know there's going to be crosses and stuff like that. It's cliche. I'll get that. I'll give you that. It's cliche. It follows every, like every horror cliche in the book, but it's the craft that matters. James Wan perfectly crafts the tension and suspense in the movie. He keeps winding it up and winding it up. And it is a legitimately scary movie. It's, yeah, as I said, it's actually kind of sweet and touching, but it's actually kind of frightening. I mean, there are some very scary aspects in this movie. No spoilers, but I mean, there's imagery in this movie that is pretty freaky, pretty intense. I liked it a lot, though. And I actually got really invested in the story of the movie. I actually looked up the case after watching this movie. This crap interested me for some reason. I don't know. I like paranormal things. It's cool. And it's pretty friggin' accurate. So, if you see this movie, pretty much everything that happens in this movie, well, it actually did happen. So, immediately that just interests me. But the characters of Ed and Lorraine Warren are my favorite part of both of these movies because they're actually very interesting. They're real people, of course, but they're very well written and interesting. The writing in this movie is great. As I said, the religious aspects, the marriage aspects, the family aspects. It's a movie about family and how being a great family can make like about a family with a strong bond, more or less. I mean, doesn't really have a huge life lesson over it, but this family has a strong bond, and you understand that they're trying to maintain this tightly knitted community, if that makes any sense. I don't know if I worded that right, but whatever. But yeah, the movie's really good. It's what I'm trying to get at here. So, without pressing you over the edge too much, it's a very solid horror movie. I actually found it to be very effective in its scary imagery and jump scares that aren't false. Yes, but That's another story, and I actually found it quite touching though. So for that reason, I'm gonna give The Conjuring 2 a B plus. I was gonna go to A minus, but I wasn't sure if it would stay that way. But for now, it's a B plus. So that's my review of The Conjuring 2. Look out for reviews of Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Trying to think of what else. Oh god, there's so much. Central Intelligence, I'm seeing that Monday night. Then we got the Neon Demon next Monday, I'm seeing. After this upcoming Monday, then we got Finding Nemo, Finding Dory. I'm gonna review both. Um, a lot of reviews. Night Me 2, still gotta review that. Wait, oh, that voice crack though. But yeah, so that's my review of The Conjuring 2. So peace.